Regent Park is filled with beautiful community amenity spaces, but we're out here asking the question, are they truly being used by us? The ongoing revitalization in Regent Park has created many spaces for residents, from soccer fields, to basketball courts, to swimming pools, to playgrounds, to even bigger soccer fields. We've heard a continuous criticism in this community about access to these recreational spaces. So we're out here asking members in our community what they think on this matter.
Sometimes, if we're gonna use the athletic ground, if they have like an organized soccer thing where they're permitted to use it, I guess permits, they kind of have to move, get kicked out from there. So I would say those are kind of the challenges there, but overall, the open fields here, where no one really books it, it's good.
Yeah, there have been some difficulties. Like people tend to sometimes kick kids off. Like the older people will tend to kick the kids off the amenities. And I've also experienced a few difficulties using the indoor amenities, especially in the newer condos, because most of them are private. You need to have a residence, right, to get into the amenities. So the general public is not allowed in there. So I've been kicked out of those a few times. So yeah, there are some difficulties, but most of them are accessible.
Yeah, when you use the basketball courts or the soccer fields, some people rent them out for their teams. So you get kicked off.
Many times. I've been kicked out of many fields because people have permits.
Hi, my name is Orville Reynolds. I'm a Regent Park soccer coach here in this neighborhood. I've been doing it for about 8 years, volunteer, and things are really looking up for the program. Absolutely. As you can see behind me here, we have numerous different groups using the field, which is great. We have some boys over there who are in a competitive program in a league in the Toronto Soccer Association, and they need dedicated time on the field to practice at least once or twice a week. In a community with not too much green space, that can be challenging sometimes. We don't want to take other people off the field because they need it just as badly as our team does, yet our team also does need to practice, so getting a permit can be a tricky thing with all of the other competition. This is actually the permit for this field at 8 o'clock tonight, where our team will be taking the field full. It's very hard to come by. A lot of people did a lot of good work for us to be able to get the time allocated to us.
As you can see, obtaining a permit is difficult, and it's not only like that for soccer fields. Even utilizing something like a swimming pool is difficult in our community.
So we were very excited about having the pool, but at the same time, we find out it wasn't accessible. When it comes to the lesson especially, registration was difficult. We used to line up here 3 in the morning. Then when we start complaining, they make it, this is not registration location. So they moved it out and you have to go some other neighborhood to register, to line up. So that neighborhood, nobody's complaining, but we were complaining. That's why they removed it. Physically, we used to come and register in the morning, and barely about 10 or less than 10 people they used to get a spot. That shows this is not accessible. And as we moved on, it's getting very frustrating to line up, especially winter time, to register, coming to 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning to register. For the kids, especially moms who have younger kids. It's very challenging to come in the morning to line up, and they don't have high-speed internet to register for their kids. It's only people from outside they register. That's how they come and use the pool that we've been advocating for so long. So yeah, that's still challenging. And we are still having a conversation with the access to recreation with the city councilor and the mayor when they were here in the morning, and we talked to them about that it's beautiful but it's not accessible. especially when I used try to access facilities, especially for my kids. When I tried to book the aquatic center, like I faced many difficulties. I faced difficulty with the space occupancy. I remember when it was the registration time, and me and my other family member, we wake up early because the time was like around morning 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. They opened the registration, and we just sit down in our computer, laptop, and it's like. When it's open, it's filled up within a second, and the rest of us, like most of the time, we are like in the waiting list.
So we actually tried to get a permit on the soccer field right outside of us at athletic grounds. Our first step was to research it, so it took us to the City of Toronto website where we can pick out a field, and then it gave us a number to call, and then when calling that number, it gave us a bunch of messages. We clicked the answers, and then it just led us to like 20 minutes of just wait time. Every couple of minutes they would just say hold on, stuff like that. And then after 20 minutes we felt like nothing was gonna happen, so we hung up and called back later. And the second time around we had to wait about like 25 minutes. And after 25 minutes it took us to a guy finally, and then he said that we have to contact someone else, so he transferred me to that phone number. And at that phone number nobody picked up. It was a lady. She said there was a voicemail message saying send a message or send an email. And then after I sent an email, it got responded with an automated message saying she was on vacation and for 2 weeks, and there was another person to contact. And after contacting that person, there just no response. They just left another voicemail. I left the voicemail and just never got back to me.
Many residents and community leaders have had issues obtaining these spaces. Some neighborhood members have created a committee called Access to Facilities to help combat these issues.
I've started working this past year. We began in November as part of a steering group to set up a new Regent Park Advisory Council that will be advisory to both the community center and the sports field. It actually also has charge of the bake oven and the pool. Now we decided to do this because I was a member of the community building group, and one of its main goals, it's one of the SDP goals, is to get better access to space. We have beautiful new spaces in our neighborhood, a state-of-the-art pool, a wonderful new community center, and a wonderful sports field. But it's always been a problem that we don't get to use them enough.
With groups like Access to Facilities trying to make change, we need to do more as community members and advocate for ourselves. Each and every one of us deserves all these recreational spaces in our beautiful neighborhood. When will our community see change?
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you never miss out on any of our content. If you'd also like more, you can find us on our other social media platforms. And if you want even more, you can look at our website.